Talofa lava and welcome to Talk Business. This week we continue our coverage here in Samoa and we're taking you to the picturesque island of Savaii. We showcase just how communities here are producing premium grade virgin coconut oil for the export market. Then we'll take you back to the capital to show you the entire process of dried bananas. That's all coming up in the next half hour. They say you haven't been to Samoa if you haven't set foot on Savaii. It's the largest island in Samoa and often tagged as the traveler's paradise. And you can easily tell why. Pristine, mostly untouched, and customary in every sense of the word. We're on our way to find out just why Savaii is touted as Samoa's pride. The scenic island ferry ride should take about an hour. It is 8 a.m. in the morning, it's pretty early for us and we're leaving Apia on our way to Savaii. Here we'll meet villagers who are actually producing virgin coconut oil and the entire process. Join us on our journey. It's a 2-hour ride, so it should be fun to see what the other island of Savaii is actually like. Talk Business is on a quest to this picturesque island to witness for ourselves just how virgin coconut oil is produced. Throughout the Pacific, the coconut tree provides a wide variety of products that help sustain the village way of life, and Samoa is no different. But turning coconuts into cash takes the subsistence living to another level. Virgin coconut oil came into the picture when the Women in Business Development Incorporated, or WIBD, embarked on an initiative to develop this commodity back in 1991. The idea was to assist Samoan women and youth to develop sustainable livelihoods. Those like Paulina Schwoga. On her 32 acres of farmland are over 10,000 nut-bearing trees. These trees were planted when the corporate trade flourished, but as the world market prices dipped, so did too the local production, and these plantations were left idle. But since the interest in the viable commodity grew, Paulina and her family decided that producing organic VCO could translate into meaningful returns.
The money we get from the VCO, we have the opportunity to do other things, like because of the copra, we only sell it for 82 cents a kilo. But from the VCO, we get 152 buckets. That would be much profitable for us to get the people, hire people to do the job.
WIBD is all about developing community-based projects that would economically empower Samoans and help provide sustainable livelihoods. So why take on VCO?
Why virgin coconut oil? Because copra oil was not doing so well over time. So
The world market prices.
Absolutely. The world market prices has dropped for copra oil, so we focus on how can we add value. So we look into virgin coconut oil. And not only because of the health benefits of it, but also it's a community-based project that really can get everybody work on it.
There's a fine line between initiating income generation avenues like the VCO project and maintaining the village way of life. It's a model WIBD has perfected and ensures the Samoan values, tradition and culture remain intact.
VCO is I think the most of my staff, my workers, they have the experience of doing the normal things at home. So they decided to come and ask for jobs here. So it is best for me to give them jobs like cleaning, because they usually do the cleaning at home. They like cleaning here. So they like doing the normal, it's like doing the VCOs like doing the normal jobs at home.
Coconut growers in Samoa use the DME or direct micro-expelling method to produce virgin coconut oil. This process ensures over 85% of extraction rate of the oil within the coconut and ensures no use of chemicals in the process. The task of husking the coconuts begin. Then the precise skill of splitting these nuts in half. Now to the scraping. The shredded coconut meat is weighed into 5 kg bags. Each batch uses 16 coconuts, and Paulina's team here could easily produce 20 batches a day. The oven has to be heated just right to ensure the shredded coconut isn't overcooked, as this could compromise the quality of the VCO. And onto the solar thermal dryer oven it goes.
So this is the drying process. As you've seen, the shredded coconut is put over the oven to dry out the moisture. So 80% of the moisture in the shredded coconut needs to be dried out. So the oven isn't too hot, just enough so that it doesn't burn it, which would take an hour to an hour and a half. So workers here will have to continuously turn over the shredded coconut to ensure that it doesn't burn and that the moisture content is dried out gradually within the hour.
This grating is just right for the oil because it's not too brown, not too thin, but it's really good for the oil.
And then onto the scale.
You have to weigh it up to 2.5 kgs each grating.
This machine is specially designed to squeeze out the oil from the coconut kernel. It's a hand-operated press that uses interchangeable cylinders. Each batch could roughly produce 1.5 liters of VCO.
We call this one the tawanga. In Samoa, it's like a filter paper, or instead of using those filter materials, we use this type of metal to filter the oil from the gratings.
WIPD takes on an holistic approach with farmers. They analyze their needs and help them earn a sustainable income with available resources.
We advise them about, okay, you have a market to supply, and then we advise them, okay, what's the possibility of us coming in and, harvest things that are available on the farm, whether it be vegetables, bananas, or if they have a lot of coconut farms or anything like that, then we can assist them in building a coconut oil site. We always look at for the best, interests of the farmer, and also looking at the livelihoods of the farmer, whether they're in a vulnerable situation. That's where we come in and try to identify how we can be able to, assist them better.
This has opened a host of opportunities for Paulina and her family. They hope to soon begin holding tours at the plantation for tourists and demonstrate the VCO making process. WIPD's support has had a multiplier effect on communities that are now economically empowered.
Giving us the support and to help us develop our own environment and using our natural resources that we didn't have the mind to get them to use, and thank them for supporting our communities and providing us a job to help other people for bring them jobs.
back to the VCO, and it's ready for shipment to Apia. In the capital, the VCO undergoes testing for water activity and fatty acid.
We put 5 grams of coconut oil. And leave it in there for 2 minutes. This will automatically tell us the 2 minutes, and the machine will close off when it's 2 minutes.
After the moisture content has been tested, the oil undergoes another test to determine the free fatty acid content. We're on our way to one of Apia's large-scale banana plantations. Bananas remain in the top 5 agricultural commodities of the island nation. This banana species, called Misiluki, is native to Samoa and grows widely on the island. Most plantations like this are family-owned and have been in existence for years. Valerie Etuale and her family have been growing bananas here for 50 years. Her in-laws began growing bananas to help supplement their income. Today, it's a huge farm with thousands of banana-bearing trees. Their partnership with Whipdees started 5 years ago with the supply of whole bananas. A partnership that has been fruitful, to say the least.
It's make a big difference because it not only they help us in our families, you know, basically what we need. It helped us to get all these bananas. You know, they even gave us a lot of ideas. They advised us of what to do with the bananas, how to make them grow and make them, you know, just to get the good fruit out of the tree. Women in Business has been helped us so much in our families and, you know, basically in the village and all the churches and stuff. So especially the money that we get from the bananas. It's like this is the only financial help that we get here nowadays.
What Whipdee ensures is a sustainable guaranteed market and fair price for their bananas. Without this access to market, Paulina and her family would have to rely on the domestic markets.
They're making it easier for us. We don't have to take it down and take it to the markets and sit there all day to sell it, but here they just come here and get it from us. It's great to have women in business involved in our family. They help us a lot. They usually visit us, our homes, and so it's really good to have them, you know, get involved with our family, our plantation here. So without them, then, you know, things will be difficult for us. And before you cut the banana down, you have to go a little bit higher with the knife to cut it so you won't ruin the bananas. So when you drop it down, the bottom that will hit the bottom, that's the small bananas there. So usually you save the whole other side of the whole banana. It's slow motion.
The bananas are harvested half-ripe, fairly green, so they're still fresh when it gets to the processing facility. Once the bananas have been harvested, they're ready for weighing.
Select all the good quality of banana for the banana chips processing. After this, we weigh.
Now the bananas are taken to Whipdee's facility for processing. And here the bananas are thoroughly cleaned before processing. Then the ripe bananas are weighed.
This is about 35 kilos of fresh bananas, so we have to note it down on the book.
In the meantime, the lemon juice is being prepared.
Lemon juice is used to soak the bananas in so that it will preserve the color, and it gives it a little bit of taste, and also gives it a long lifespan for the dried bananas.
Back to the bananas, and they're ready for the next process.
Okay, this is where we prepare the bananas. We peel the bananas and then half it up and leave it in the basin ready for the lemon juice.
And now the lemon juice does its magic.
The banana should be soaked in lemon juice and water for about 15 to 10 minutes. The last process is putting the bananas on trays and then put them in the oven for drying. Where we take it out of the basin and try and shake the water off and lay them on our trays. After 16 hours of drying in the oven, we turn the power off and take it out of the oven. Pull it out. And it's dry.
With the abundance of the agricultural crop, Whipty knew that value adding as dried bananas would provide another source of income for communities.
With us, we look at a healthy product. How can we promote Samoa as a healthy place? It's, by producing this product. And not only that, misiluki or ladyfinger, which is the main ingredient for this dried misiluki product, is grown everywhere in Samoa. It's a wild plant. It can just grow from anywhere. And so, in terms of supply of misiluki, there's no question asked regarding whether we can supply a market, because we have misiluki grown everywhere.
The challenge now is to get Samoan farmers to look at the bigger picture and move into large-scale farming.
Right now, they're still without resources. They don't really have the capacity to expand to that. But we're still working on, trying to develop the farmers to really understand the entrepreneurship side of their productions.
Subsistence agriculture contributes to about half of Samoa's total agricultural output. The Women in Business Development Incorporated, or WIBD, has helped change this by providing opportunities for commercial agriculture. However, it's been a 14-year struggle since the organization's inception.
It took us a few years to really try to change their mindsets. It's a challenge, I say. The women in Apia especially, they have opportunities, and they can, look into supplying a market by utilizing some of the vegetable garden they have. But if you're looking at the village level, it's really tough. There was lack of resources. As an NGO, we don't have the means back in the days to supply a market or to really look into finding a market.
Helping WIBD towards this goal has been the European Union-funded Increasing Agricultural Commodity Trade, or IAC project. IAC saw the organization's potential and how it could positively impact the lives of Samoans across rural communities.
They had lessons learned from the past, and they are well connected to the overseas markets and through Samoa's agriculture base. There's always been a problem for supply, but WIPD is an organization that is managing to reduce that issue with constant training with farmers and constant consultations with farmers. Through the IAC funded project, we have managed to help them a lot in the bananas aspect of trying to get their brand to New Zealand.
WIPD is one of 42 other Pacific businesses that IAC supports in the region. Through the assistance of the European Union, the project has provided a launchpad to help businesses and organizations like WIPD gain access to meaningful opportunities.
The companies which are working in the framework of IAC are sharing their experience. So I think although the European Union will not be involved forever, I think we have really started a ball rolling. We have really made opportunities available not only to the companies that we're working directly with, but to a range of different private sector operators in the partner countries.
IAC has provided WIPD with machinery for both the VCO and banana value-added projects, in addition to technical support. This has helped WIPD produce mass volume, especially for its UK-based importer, The Body Shop. The cosmetic giant uses the VCO for several of its popular coconut-based products.
We appreciate the fact that IAC assisted us by providing equipment. It has ensured that members or our families who are producing virgin coconut oil are able to produce the quantities required by the market. Not only just the coconut oil, but also the dried banana, with regards to all the machine, the Excalibur, the hydrators. It wouldn't be possible without the assistance of IAC. I say this because we used to use old dehydrators, and the other Excalibur wasn't working for us. But with the kind assistance of IAC, it has ensured that not only we've reached a high quality product, but also in terms of demand, we've finally met the demand required by the markets.
It's been about making a tangible difference, not only at the community level, but for the national economy.
Last year, Samoa's agriculture GDP was 7%. 1% of that was virgin coconut oil contribution to the overall 7%. That happened because the assistance through IAC and EU funded provided them with technical expertise and the production equipment to achieve that goal.
Moving forward, WIPD is hoping to replicate its model across the Pacific. They are working with 11 partners in the region, sharing their knowledge and experience.
If we get struck by a cyclone or that would prevent women in business from exporting to its international partner, we then look into other partners in the Pacific, sharing the markets, sharing the knowledge. They'll be able to take it further instead of losing a market to an Asian country. We always try to look at what's best for our Pacific Island partner.
The Pacific is a brand in itself. It's an embryonic brand, shall we say, and I think much more can be made of it. But by getting companies to work together in the framework of something like IAC, it is a brand which I think will be extremely successful around the world.
The challenge now is not to rest on their laurels, but to continue to look for new markets to help the economies of the Pacific grow.
We've got New Zealand, we've got the UK, the US, but still we need to make sure that we utilize all the resources that's available here locally. Our farmers are producing a wonderful product, but how far can they go? So we have to always keep looking out for markets. We always say we learn from our mistakes, because this is the knowledge we're now taking out to Tonga, taking out to Pacific Island partners, ensuring that they're producing a product that you have a market for, then going backwards, producing something that you don't have a market, and then at the end you're left with all these quantities and commodities that are not sold to the market. So yes, for women in business, we're trying to network, expand, and to ensure that our country or Samoa's economy will be improved just from focusing on agriculture.
And that's the show for this week. We'd love to hear from you, so keep sending us your feedback. Email us talkbusiness@fijitv.com.fj, or you can also catch us on the net on our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page. And if you're on Twitter, just follow me @RachnaFijiTV. Thank you for joining us. Do join us again at the same time next week. Until then, have a productive week.